I have some news for you. Everything you thought you knew about lunar eclipse is wrong. This is just another eclipse soon on March 14. Total is about to paint the moon blood-red celestial event that's been whispered about for centuries, a phenomenon that has captivated humanity for generations. But here's what's fascinating. People are already experiencing its effects. The transformation is underway, yet most remain unaware. If you've been feeling unusually different lately, as if there's an inexplicable shift in the atmosphere that you can't quite define, there's a reason. And if you've noticed yourself waking up at precise, unusual hours, stay tuned because there's a specific explanation for this phenomenon that I'll reveal shortly. But first, there's something crucial you should understand. Whether you realize it or not, you're currently under the eclipse's influence, and you're not the only one. Though the eclipse hasn't arrived yet, its energy is already affecting you. Many believe an eclipse is just a momentary event that comes and goes, but that's not the complete picture. This upcoming total lunar eclipse on March 14th is more than just a celestial spectacle. It's an energetic wave that's already beginning to reshape your reality before its actual arrival. That unexplainable weight you've been carrying, it's not coincidental. You're already immersed in the eclipse's energy field, and here's the surprising part. Most people are completely unaware. And there's more. Many individuals are experiencing an unusual urge for solitude, feeling compelled to withdraw from their usual social connections. I know you felt it too. This silence isn't emptiness. It's preparation for what's coming. Have you observed the subtle changes? The way everything seems more subdued. People becoming more distant, plans falling through, conversations feeling less connected. This isn't random, and it's not affecting everyone equally. Those who are spiritually sensitive are experiencing these effects most intensely right now. As we approach the total lunar eclipse, this mysterious solitude becomes more pronounced. But it's not a punishment, it's a purposeful positioning. This is the prelude to a major transformation. The universe isn't isolating you. It's creating space for what's approaching. The solitude you're experiencing isn't emptiness. It's sacred ground being cleared for your next chapter. Ancient wisdom recognized this truth. They understood that eclipses weren't merely astronomical events, but deeply personal transformative experiences. Your spirit isn't retreating to hide. It's gathering strength. While you might feel disconnected from those around you, it's because you're aligning with something more significant, something reserved for those who are prepared. If you're experiencing solitude, it's because you're at a spiritual junction meant specifically for you. This isn't a journey meant for crowds. It's a solitary step into the unknown. And that's when things begin to get truly mysterious. Have you noticed the numerical patterns? Beyond the common sequences like 111, 222, 333, there are unusual combinations appearing. Numbers that seem random yet persistent, like 473, 904, or 3137. These aren't coincidences. They're cosmic coordinates, temporal markers, and mystical keys, each person receiving their unique code. They're not just appearing. They're guiding you somewhere specific. In fact, take a moment to check the time right now. What does it tell you? Some numbers carry messages, others warnings, and some are like locks waiting for their key. Here's something intriguing. Each person sees different codes. Why? Because this isn't a universal broadcast. It's a personalized message crafted specifically for you. If you're noticing these patterns, you're being drawn into something profound that requires your immediate attention. As we near the total lunar eclipse, these experiences intensify. These numbers are directing you towards something, a decision, a revelation, an occurrence, an insight you haven't yet grasped. Ignoring them could be costly because once the eclipse manifests, the window for understanding these messages might close. Time isn't malfunctioning. You're the one running out of it. Remember what I mentioned earlier about waking at unusual hours for a specific reason. This is it. As we approach the total lunar eclipse, conventional time begins to distort. You might find yourself awakening precisely at 3:33 a.m. You'll notice time behaving strangely, minutes passing like seconds, or hours vanishing inexplicably. Some people even wake moments before their alarms. What are the odds? This isn't typical sleeplessness or restlessness. You're not out of rhythm. Earth's natural cycles are shifting, and you're responding. Your body is adapting to a new pattern. Traditional concepts of day and night begin to blur. You might wake just before your alarm, as if your body has developed a new awareness of time. Or perhaps you're experiencing the opposite. Time seems to stretch and expand in ways that defy logic. Here's something crucial to consider. This temporal distortion extends beyond sleep patterns. This sense of displacement will permeate your entire day. Time might seem to accelerate unexpectedly, or moments might stretch endlessly. Your body's natural rhythm is adjusting because you're now operating on a different temporal frequency than others. This isn't about failure or envy. The eclipse is revealing exactly where you're stagnant. Let's be honest, something feels misaligned, even if everything appears successful on the surface. Even while achieving goals and making progress, there's this underlying sensation, a quiet, gut-level awareness that others are advancing while you're standing still. But this isn't about comparison or jealousy. It's deeper. The lunar eclipse is exposing the gaps in your journey, highlighting areas of stagnation, relationships, habits, or circumstances that are holding you back. It's illuminating the aspects of your life where growth has become static. That's why you might feel left behind, because in some ways, you are. But here's the truth. This position isn't permanent. Feeling behind isn't a signal to surrender. It's a call to change direction. This isn't about matching others' pace. It's about recognizing that your current approach needs adjustment. Because after this eclipse, those who resist change will remain static, while those who embrace this wake-up call will step into unprecedented territory. Not all scents originate in our physical realm. Recently, you might have encountered unexpected fragrances without any apparent source, no candles, no open windows, no obvious explanation. Perhaps you've detected familiar scents, maybe subtle incense or specific flowers you haven't encountered in years, or perhaps earthy aromas, like the atmosphere before rainfall. These sensations appear and vanish mysteriously. These aren't random olfactory experiences. They're energetic echoes, imprints reaching across time to connect with you. Spiritual energy doesn't always manifest dramatically. Sometimes it's conveyed through subtle sensory experiences, like barely perceptible scents. Smell is our most primal memory trigger. It endures longer than visual memories, remains more vivid than words. It's why certain aromas can instantly transport you to past moments, childhood memories, forgotten experiences. But these current olfactory experiences, they're not from your lived memories. They're more profound. They might be fragments from past lives surfacing before the eclipse, places, people, experiences you've forgotten. Or perhaps they're manifestations of the eclipse's energy entering your reality, carrying ancient wisdom. The air itself carries messages, and as the eclipse approaches, these signals will intensify. Don't dismiss these experiences, but don't become obsessed. These moments are meant to be acknowledged, not pursued. However, this applies only to brief, harmless occurrences. If these experiences become too frequent or concerning, trust your instincts and seek appropriate guidance. The established order is dissolving. Masks are falling away, and someone in your circle will soon demonstrate this truth. A transformation is occurring in your environment. You can sense the impending change. Something is about to break. Someone you thought you understood, a person whose behavior has always been predictable, is about to act in unexpected ways. Perhaps it's a trusted friend suddenly showing disloyalty. Maybe it's a composed leader descending into chaos, or possibly someone with unwavering principles suddenly breaking them. When it happens, time will seem to slow down because you'll inherently understand this isn't coincidental. This eclipse's energy is primal and untamed. It doesn't conform to established patterns, And it strips away pretenses. It brings everything into the light: suppressed desires, controlled impulses, long-denied truths. Once this process begins, it cannot be reversed. This transcends mere poor choices or impulsive actions. This is reality transforming in real time. You'll witness lifelong commitments dissolving overnight. You'll see strength become vulnerability, caution turn to recklessness, faith transform into doubt. Some will feel remorse. Others will embrace the change without looking back. If you've enjoyed this content and want to explore more insights, please consider subscribing. Your support means a lot. Feel free to share your experiences in the comments below. Until our next discussion, take care and remember to subscribe for more enlightening content.